Well, here it is, guys. Another video in the bathroom renovation. We got the whole room gutted. Now it's time to start putting it back together. This is the good part. Today I'm just going to try to cut that floor open right there where the toilets used to be because it's sagging down. So I'm going to replace that subfloor just in that spot. While I'm in there, I might move the joist over a little bit. It's kind of hard to explain, but they have a box cut open for the toilet drains. I want my toilet to be over a little bit more, so I need a little bit more space. So I might take advantage of cutting open the floor and make my room and shift that joist back a little bit further. After I get that patched so it's level, I'm going to start putting new plywood over the top of the old floor so we have a nice stiff base for our tile. Might be hard to see, but I have lines drawn on the floor. I'm going to take advantage of this hole, use that as my cut line. There's a seam right here, so I'm going to take advantage of that natural seam in the plywood and a seam over there. So I'm just going to try to take out that whole chunk of plywood right here. We'll patch this and replace those sunken pieces of wood. Can you see that? Just to show how sunken it is. So you can see right there, the levels touching on both sides, and you can see the tons of light underneath. That's how far the floor is sagging. That's why we got to get rid of it. There. Now while I'm cutting, I'm going to cut a line right here. This is tongue and groove subfloor, and it's plywood, but they butt it up so tight there is not a single crack. I mean, it is smooth tight. There's no room for expansion, and what happened was there was a hump in the floor right where that seam is, and I always saw it in the bathroom vinyl. Just peaked. We want tile in here, and tile is less forgiving than vinyl, so I'm going to go ahead and cut a relief just to take the pressure off it, and then I'll re-screw it down to try to get that hump out of the floor. That wasn't totally straight. I kind of lost my line right here, but it should give me the relief that I need to pull this floor down where it belongs. Let's see how hard it is to get this up. It's probably glued down, but let's try it. Oh, that came up really nice. Alright, so I'm ready to cut this out. I have my lines marked. It's going to be a little tricky. You can see that the steel beam is running right here. So as long as I stay on this side of the steel beam, it poses no structural harm to take this out, because all of these will be supported. I'm going to be bumping this back to here. I'm going to be putting another 2x6 right here, sistering it up, and that'll allow me to bring the toilet over right about here. Now there's nothing wrong with this wood, so I pulled the nails out of it and we're going to reuse it. Guys, I was just doing this kind of the way they had it, you know, just putting it back over a little more. And it just struck me that I could do it better. This is what I'm thinking. They had it spanning this whole way. It doesn't need to. There's nothing over here. There's going to be no plumbing. I don't need this open. I could cut it here, and I could span a piece of wood going here to here, sister to this, and out to here, and out to here. Oops. So here's how I changed it around. This is way better. Let me explain this to you. What I did was, instead of just running this way, I put these in, and all the way, and I mean all the way. These carry straight back to the other steel beam. So they're 8 feet long, and they actually reach fully on the steel beam. So now we have a double stud, and this one I didn't do full because this is actually a double stud, or I mean a joist, sorry, joists right here. Now we have double joist, double joist, double joist. So much stronger, so much more rigid for our tile. And this is where the water heater is going to actually be sitting. So strength for the water heater and strength for the washing machine, which is going to be over here. So I decided this is a better way to go. More support for those heavy appliances and way better looking. And that still leaves room for the toilet and the vent to come up. There it is. It's a little snug right here, but it gets really loose. So I think I'm going to leave that. We got a little expansion room on the other sides. Alright, I got my lines marked out for my joists, so I can start screwing this down, and I also got my hole drilled out for the sewer pipe. That's going to be the drain and the vent going straight up. We're going to keep it about where it was, and I made that hole lined up exactly with the old pipe below going into the ground, so it should be pretty easy to hook up. It might look off cut on the side there, but it's not. It's supposed to be like that because my hole saw was bigger than the pipe, so I just have it centered where the pipe will be. We'll get that! We had a little malfunction and we lost audio on some of our clips. So unfortunately, I don't have the sound to explain what was going on, so I'm going to try to voice over and just explain it a little bit quickly here. Basically, what I did was I took plywood to cover the whole floor. That was the plan, build up the floor, stiffen it for tile. So we got all our plywood cut, screwed it down. That wasn't too hard. And then I also went under the house to mark the hole for this vent pipe, and I drilled that, came up on the top side and finished drilling it down. So we got our vent hole drilled, we got our plywood floor down, and this is awesome because now we have a clean walkway from the bedrooms back into the kitchen living area, and that was really important to us. So this is a big improvement already. Now we just got to get the bathroom back together. I also took a few minutes to clean all the staples off the ceiling, so I just had to pull all those out. Luckily, you guys didn't miss anything too exciting. Both jobs were pretty boring and pretty repetitious. So that wraps that up, and now we're on to the fun part where we get to start building walls. First, building out this outside wall to 5.5 inches, and then the main walls framing in the bathroom. Gotta make a lot of noise. Guys, these are my favorite types of shim. I buy these every time I do a renovation. Every time we're doing any kind of remodel, they come in so handy. And they're basically just cardboard, about 16th inch thick cardboard shims. You can buy these at the building supply stores, usually. Sometimes by the drywall. And sometimes they're hard to find. But they come in perfect for stuff like this. Right here we have a double stud. And it's hard to see, but this one is set back from this one. That's not a big deal, but you see I can layer this up. I can layer those right in there, and now I have a totally flat wall, and I can put my piece of wood on here, and it's going to have total even contact. It's not going to get pulled at an angle when I screw it in. So you can kind of see, actually, just one actually did it really good. So now I'm making even contact, and you can see that's even contact. here's the thing. I got this whole wall framed up, it's looking awesome, but then I had a thought. I'm going to be putting the tub shower on this side of the room instead of the other side where it came from, and I need a nailer for the flange of the tub. I have to build that in, and I should have done that when I was doing all this framing. So I'm going to be undoing some of this and changing it a little bit, and basically just putting a strip of wood right here for that flange. I just wasn't thinking. Now I'm going to try to get some of these ceiling rafters sistered up so that I can hang drywall on the ceiling. So, pretty easy. Cut them, pop them in. I got one done. That's the last one I have to do for now, for the bathroom. So I'm going to go ahead and get these screwed in. They're just setting in place right now. And then we should be able to get some real bathroom work done. Alright guys, we're going to wrap this one up. I'm done. I got the ceiling joist in. I got the wall built out to 5.5 inches.
Plywood on the floors.
This is the next step done. I feel really good about this. We do have the wood to continue doing all the ceiling joists. But we're going to stop here just because we're focused on really getting the bathroom together. I don't want to spend any time doing excess stuff just yet. Priority is getting water and everything back in here. So we'll be getting more done very soon. Going to take a break now. I hope you guys enjoyed this video and watching the progress. No more holes to fall through and everything's looking good.
Yeah.
Today's been like a day of disaster. I don't know. I feel like I've been making mistake after mistake. It's one of those things where you start pushing yourself, and also Ashley hasn't been helping me. She holds everything together.
Yeah. Although I did finish cleaning up the mess outside.
She's been helping behind the scenes.
Yeah.
I'll show you that before we go. So yeah, that's all we have for now. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and until next time, take care.
Bye. Well, here's the giant mess of the bathroom. And I'm going to start cleaning this pile up and bring it to our junk pile over there.